Hello, Confetti Club. It is Pixie, and we are here today again for another video that is not the most happy, but today's topic is a bit bittersweet because I wanted to dedicate today's video to the Kawaii Monster Cafe, which was a very iconic location in Harajuku, which unfortunately just closed its doors permanently on January 31st, 2021. For those of you who may not be familiar, the Kawaii Monster Cafe is pretty much what it sounds like. It is a cafe location kind of themed experience of a cafe that is located in Harajuku, Tokyo. The cafe is split into multiple different rooms that have different themes. There's like a milky room and a jelly bar and like a sweets macaron room. And the bathroom is so exciting. Also, the bathroom is the room where I remember like being the most impressed by the design, which is funny, but glitter balls in the bathroom sink, really? The whole cafe kind of centers around this amazing moving carousel piece where these different characters called the monsters, or yeah, I think the different kawaii monsters, and they have different names like Baby and Candy and Crazy, or at least a few of them. And these monster girls would perform, I'm not sure if they were hourly or just routine little dance performances on these shows that they would do on the moving carousel. So pretty much you could guarantee that when you're there, I'm pretty sure you can always catch a show. There is an entrance fee because one of the biggest draws for the Kawaii Monster Cafe is the design itself. Absolutely nothing looks like regular furniture, and this isn't like a pop-up cafe like most themed cafes in Japan tend to be. And I feel like whenever there's a fun themed pop-up cafe for, say, Precure or Do-Re-Mi or something else that I'm obsessed with, they like announce it a month before and then it only lasts for 1 month, and I can't plan a trip across the world that fast. So the fact that the Kawaii Monster Cafe was a permanent installation that was always there, you could visit time and time again and be guaranteed a somewhat different experience because you would land in different rooms. I only actually visited the KMC once, my first trip to Japan, and I visited with Sophie, Peach Milky, and that was very amazing and surreal and so fun. And of course the interior design was not the only draw for the Kawaii Monster Cafe, nor the epic routine little dance shows they would do. Of course the food they serve is absolutely out of this world and also doesn't really look like food. I love just pushing the boundaries and making it look like paint or clay or just like a froggy burger. That's always a constant theme in this particular designer's work, so you can see it throughout the interior design, the work in the food, just everything about it is so Harajuku, out of this world, wacky, kawaii monster. And it was just such a fun, immersive world to sink yourself into. And very, very notably, the designer for the Kawaii Monster Cafe is of course the designer of 6% Doki Doki, Sebastian Masuda, who has also done many other influential works around Harajuku. The iconic clock in Harajuku, which unfortunately also isn't there anymore. Sebastian Masuda is known for many other iconic kawaii works throughout his life as a designer and just cool artist person. I think he classifies himself primarily as an art director, which really makes sense because he's not just a fashion designer with 6% Doki Doki, he's created so many other little kawaii microcosms and has birthed them into the world with 6% Doki Doki, the Kawaii Monster Cafe, taking Kyari Pemu Pemu under his wing kind of and designing her sets and her costume and really helping her rise to fame. I have a really huge respect for Sebastian Masuda because he has done so many huge influential works in kawaii culture worldwide, and he could, you know, kind of separate himself and just stick to his very high fashion stuff, but the fact that that? Like, I've met that man 3 times, and just, not last year, but the year before, he did this whole Kawaii Canadian tour and included so many smaller influencers and J-fashion bloggers and people that really, really live that lifestyle in Canada and in Montreal, and I think it went to Toronto and Vancouver maybe? I think that shows a really sweet character that is more important to me than any, resume thing that you've done, any really important collection. Just being a really kind, sweet person that's so excited and willing to work with the younger generation and uplift us and see what we have to offer. The Kawaii Monster Cafe posted a really, really sweet final goodbye post, and it said something that really spoke to the tune of all of this. It said something along the lines of, "I believe that the younger generation will create something interesting again." And like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I don't know, I just think that's sweet. It's an extremely sweet, cyclical phenomenon of culture, and learning about fashion history throughout the decades and really feeling like, oh, I really am just a speck amongst all of these decades expanding out, and what's happening in fashion here and now, and where am I as a 22-year-old girl in Canada. And it's just so wonderful and interesting to be alive right now, I don't know, to witness art and fashion and culture. Ooh, I want this to be a celebration of what was obviously, a very touristy spot. I don't think this was a hip spot where like the Harajuku locals were hanging out. Definitely very expensive and like a place for tourists to go. But a very cool Harajuku drenched, immersive experience that it's sad that we're losing. And it was also a home to all the people that worked there that, really do live Kawaii style and are a part of that scene and that lifestyle. So rest in peace to the Kawaii Monster Cafe. It was a blessing to be able to visit once. I will kind of mirror what was said in one of the goodbye posts in that I am excited to see what is created next, because although this may be kind of a death of one thing, there will always just be space for something else new and exciting and vibrant that makes our heartbeat 6% more. As for why the cafe closed, I'd imagine it's mostly from Corona-related like tourism hits. As I just said, it's definitely more of a tourist hub, and with international travel not being a thing, I can imagine that would be quite detrimental. I did want to note that earlier last year there was a petition going around to save the actual 6% Doki Doki store. It was like Save Our Mothership, and they have a new flag on front of the store with names of people that helped, because due to the whole situation that's been going on for a year and a bit for the whole worldy world, it's been hard for businesses everywhere, all around the world. And I think it's really telling that they kind of labeled a lot of the 6% promo marketing with Save Our Mothership, because it kind of feels like maybe the Kawaii Monster Cafe was like, the International Space Station to the mothership, and we might have lost one, but at least we saved another. There have been a lot of losses, so let's look forward to the next thing birthed. That's pretty much all I have to say. I just wanted to make a video on this in some way or another to say thank you for being a cute, colorful place. And I want you guys to share your memes of the Kawaii Monster Cafe if you have any down below. Or, I don't know, if you never got to go, what would your outfit be if you could? I had fun with a little experimental makeup look. I don't know, I wanted to feel a little wacky, as if perhaps I was going to a Kawaii Monster Cafe. I've also been building a Kawaii Monster Cafe on my Animal Crossing island for honestly like a year now. Actually, it hasn't even been a year. It's been a long time. Animal Crossing has not been out a year. That's crazy. Time's not real. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna keep doing that in memoriam. But before I let you go, I do want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring another video on our channel. Skillshare is an online learning platform with thousands of classes for you to explore on just about anything you could imagine. Just type in their search bar whatever you are wanting to learn lately, and I pretty much guarantee you there will be a class there that can help you. One thing I really like about Skillshare is that their classes are usually a longer amount of time collectively, but they're cut down into these little bite-sized portions that are just a couple minutes long, up to 10 minutes a piece, that are just these short little videos that you can really pick up a piece at a time, and that is a really good way for me to learn really big new skills or topics that just feel kind of too big to take one bite out of at first. It breaks it down into lots of little tiny bites. There's also no ads, which is really wonderful for uninterrupted learning flow. I like to try to find Skillshare lessons that I can recommend that are kind of related to the video that they're in. So I found this one on decorative baking, in case you maybe want to bring some Kawaii Monster Cafe flair to your own home. I don't know if we could ever dare get near the level of artistry that they have in those like rainbow pastas, but I don't know. So I found this class called How to Bake and Decorate by Alexandra Zarnovic. I hope I'm saying that close to right. So the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description also get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, so don't miss out on that. And yeah, thank you very much to Skillshare for sponsoring another video. This video's Future Confetti Club member is Fond Fungi on Instagram, who did this epic pic of my ear. I love this. I love a little ear candy. I really want more piercings. For some reason, I'm not as scared of tattoos as I am of piercings. Like, I'm very afraid of getting pokey poked. But I love dressing up an ear in fun ways. So I love a little ear appreciation. And I really love your art style. This is super fun and funky. I'm fond of your funky fungi. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next video, which is not this one, because this one's over. Bye!